I am Juliana Zarate. I am the co-founder of Mucho. We do personal recommendations of recipes and products according to your lifestyle and dietary needs.
Juliana, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Really great to meet you.
Absolutely the same.
So first things first, can you talk us through the Mucho story? How did everything begin?
So everything began really with a very personal situation. Both my co-founder and I are from China and Colombia. So we had arrived in the UK and started navigating how it is to shop for food in a supermarket, which is not yours, and started having difficulties like, okay, what do we eat? And we were actually eating less than we back home, but surprisingly we didn't feel as fit, or we were gaining some weight. So we both realized we had the same issue and had found ways around it. Our friends naturally started asking us like, okay, which baked beans do I buy? Which chicken do I buy? What do I cook tonight? And at some point we just realized that, okay, people keep asking us, we can do this at a bigger scale. And there might be something behind this, there might be a business behind that.
Cool. So the grandma algorithm that you use, I love the name. Can you talk us through how this works and what's the concept behind it?
Yeah, so once we realized that a lot of us had lost the skill to choose food, to know what's in season, what's cheaper, and what to cook with it, and do all this planning, we realized that grandmothers and mothers, or a different generation, was amazing at doing this. Like, they would go to a market, they would know exactly what to buy, they could remember exactly, like, you like eating chicken, the other person likes eating popcorn with sausage, and they kept all this information that was supremely important in running a household. But because of how our life has evolved, a lot of people have lost that skill and it hasn't been passed on. The beautiful thing about technology is that then you can teach an algorithm to do that, and you can do it at scale. So we were like, if we were to do exactly what our grandmother was doing in a more efficient way and learn it for each individual, learn about what they like and what is best to choose for them, and how do we navigate pricing, quality, budgeting, organizing, then we can actually have a dent in how people organize like their kitchens and what they cook.
Absolutely. So are you trying to tackle the kind of personalization market in the food industry?
Yes, definitely. When we started the company, we were pretty much just, okay, tell me how much money that you have and I will tell you what to eat. And what the first results showed us is that that's a bit patronizing. Like, I cannot tell you, eat this, eat that, eat not this, because I'm not considering who you are. People, when we started offering the service in a more offline way, they would ask us, I don't like eating tomatoes, or I am trying to go vegan, or I'm trying to lose weight. And the variables between each individual changed a lot. Like, overall, most people wanted to be healthy, but the definition of what taste is and what gives you pleasure in food is very different. Therefore, the result for each individual has to be different. And we were very lucky. We got selected to go to an accelerator in the US, and we got to see firsthand what was happening with context and personalization. And we were like, okay, this is an amazing piece to stop being like, I tell you what to eat, to tell me what you like, and then I can tell you what you eat. So if we have the complete picture of what you say you want to achieve and then what you're actually doing, then somewhere in between lies the space to achieve something that gives you pleasure and that is also good for you.
Absolutely. And when you were part of the accelerator over in America, what was some of the best advice that you got given about starting a new business in almost a new industry?
So different stats. So first of all, that it takes time. Like, I think one of my friends said that it takes 4 years to be an overnight success because of how the whole press works. So it's if you're building a company and not just an app, it's gonna take time, and you're gonna have to put the work, and you're going to go very quick, and then also learn when to go slow, when to take time. I think as a startup, everything you have against a big corporation is speed, is going quick. But then sometimes you can end up being like a hamster, just running in the ball.
With the huge personalization trend, what do you think the future holds for, what's the next step?
Well, there's different things. Like, we've seen interesting things, like say in Japan already, like DNA personalization, like what really is good for you, like healthy in terms of your genes. We think taste, personalization of taste, like not only like you should be eating this because this is good for you, but you're going to enjoy this. And that's where we think that it's going to be powerful. Like just when you hear music that you actually enjoy and that you want to sit and you want to hear every week, it's the same. And we think that understanding our less rational choices around how we choose food, it's food behavior. I would say like less the hard stuff and more like what choices we make. But it's a celebration of food. It's not about what you cannot eat. It's about what you can eat and what is good for you and you will enjoy. So building that relationship with the customer definitely has helped. And that's where I see the leap of, I'm just gonna tell you follow this diet, to the question of, okay, tell me what you're after. I'm going to suggest what fits your lifestyle.
Amazing. And final question, you are helping people to organise their diets. Have you got any personal tips or tricks for organising yourself when you're travelling around the world, going to different events, and just keeping your head above the water while building a startup?
So definitely eat well. I have to say that. But find what works for you. Like in my case, I don't eat much sugar. I found that I thrive eating like savory and protein in the morning. My levels of concentration are just much better. But say our developer is completely the contrary. She's vegan and she eats sugar and she needs sugar in order not to feel like the need of craving. That's from the food side, and it's just about, again, that part about going slow, taking care of yourselves and just making sure that we don't become this running hamster, because I think a lot of us forget to take a step back and just see what are we actually doing.
Amazing. Juliana, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.